that the human body contains an intelligence? Yes, an innate intelligence. In the beginning, a live egg from a female and a live egg from a male meet, and conception happens. And over millions of cell division, a life force emerges. A life force that would grow into a fetus and eventually a baby. That life force is what we call the innate intelligence. The power that made the body, heals the body naturally. My name is Dr. Hamisi Kote Ali, and welcome to the Health Farm podcast, where we look at everything matter, natural wellness, and taking into account the greatest benefits that are free that we get from Mother Nature. In our first episode today, we are going to dive into a gift that we use every day, and a gift that we hardly think about. That gift is breath. Yes, breathing. Breathing is one of those gifts that human beings have that you can self-control or can leave it autonomic, meaning you don't have to think about it, like you are doing now. You are breathing, but you don't have to think about it. However, breathing is one of those tools that can change your life, that can change your health. Let's look into it. So, what is breathing? Breathing is the physical act of inhaling air that contains carbon dioxide, oxygen, and nitrogen. It is in breathing that we get oxygen into our system. So when we take in air, the air goes in through the nostrils, into our air pipe, into the two branches of the lungs, up to the air sac. At the air sac, oxygenation, gaseous exchange happen. And it's here that we are able to extract oxygen from the environment and release carbon dioxide from our bloodstream. But there is a catch to this. Breathing hyperventilation will not get you enough oxygenation in the body. Oh, you may be wondering why? Because oxygen requires to bind with hemoglobin to be able to be absorbed in the body. But for this to happen, we need to have more carbon dioxide in the blood. And this is how you're gonna learn. This is how I'm gonna teach you the benefits of breathing. So, before we go into more details, let's look at what are the benefits of breathing. Breath is one of the most powerful exercises that can change the pH of your blood either to alkalinity or to acidity in minutes. Breathing can lower your cortisol levels in the body to put you to sleep. Breathing affects your endocrine function. Breathing affects your mood. In short, breathing is the first exercise that we do when we come to this world. That's why babies, when they are born, they go into a wild scream. They go inhale and they activate a key system, a key component in our body called the sympathetic nervous system through that crying inhalation. At the same time, breathing is the last thing that we do when we leave this world. We exhale, and giving us the other part of breathing function, that is parasympathetic. So, what ways can we use breathing? We can use breathing in 3 ways. 1, we can use breathing to feel good. To feel good. You can also use breathing to fall asleep. You can also use breathing to stay alert. Now, let's look at these 3 ways of breathing. Yogis for many years have focused on breathing. But a scientist by the name Bohr, a Danish scientist, was able to understand that breathing requires us to have more carbon dioxide in the blood for us to be able to absorb as much oxygen as possible, which is what we call respiration. So let's name the 3 types of breathing. One type of breathing is called the water breathing, and like it sounds, it's a calm and continuous flow of breathing. I'll be showing you that in a moment. The second type of breathing is called whiskey breathing. Like the name sounds, when you take too much whiskey, you fall asleep. So this is a breathing that you can go to whenever you've had a busy day, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you'd like to go into a relaxed mode and fall asleep. But remember, you have to use this type of breathing with caution. Excessive use of this type of breathing can make you sick. Okay. The third and the last type of breathing is called the coffee breathing. The coffee breathing is a breathing we go to when we want to be alert, when we want to wake up. You have an assignment, you have some work to do, but you feel, oh my gosh, I can't even think, I can't even concentrate. You can do the coffee breathing to be able to awaken your body into the sympathetic state. So the whiskey breathing puts you into parasympathetic state. Coffee breathing puts you into parasympathetic state. Did I say it? No, I mixed it up. Sorry. Coffee breathing puts you in sympathetic state. Whiskey breathing puts you in parasympathetic state. Water breathing makes you calm. Now, what are 3 types or 3 methods that one can have or can use to do breathing? One is a method we call 4-7-8. The 4-7-8 is more in the group of whiskey breathing, and this is how it's done. You take in 4 deep breaths, so you breathe in, count of 4. You hold the breathing for a count of 7, and then you exhale that breath to a count of 8. You want to repeat this for about 10 sets. I'll demonstrate it in very simple way. So let's do the 4-7-8 breathing. 1 is deep in, hold, and then out. In again, hold, out, In again. Hold. Out. You want to repeat this for a set of 10. Number 2 is the water breathing. I'll show you this method, but blocking one side of the nose. So we normally use this. So I'll go here. Deep breath in. Count of 4 and out. Count of 4. Again. Count of 4. Out. Count of 4. In. Out. Count of 4. In. Out. In. Out. Count of 10. Remember to alternate your breath from one nostril to another. You breathe in and breathe out on one nostril, then change. Breathe in, breathe out with another nostril. And the last breathing that I like go to is a breathing by the Wim Hof. It's called Wim Hof guided breathing. You can actually find all these exercises on YouTube. So Wim Hof guided breathing, it's an audio whereby you follow the audio where it says you breathe in, out, 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 a count of 30, and on the 30th time you exhale all the air and hold. You can start with a hold of 30 seconds, 1 minute to 1 minute and a half. Okay. Once the 30 seconds are up, you're gonna inhale again and hold for 15 seconds. You're gonna exhale and repeat the process again. So this is how it go. So you go. Count of 30 and all the way out. Hold. After 15 seconds, inhale, hold. After your 30 seconds or 1 minute, exhale, and then you repeat again this cycle. What you'll feel when you're doing this, you feel a change in temperature in your body. You feel a tingling sensation in your body as well. You need to calm down. Don't panic. Just listen to your body. Lower your heart rate. Focus. Stay with the breathing, and make sure not to break the breathing in between. So why do we do the breathing? Why do we have to do it? Why can't I just have it automatic? It is because most of us live in a sympathetic mode, which is fight or flight. We are always up in fight or flight. So we are shallow breathers. We breathe. Most of us, that's how we breathe. This type of breathing messes out the functionality of your body. So we do breathing so that we can restore a balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide, so that we can have this good balance to have enough oxygen in our tissues to optimize the function of our body. So whether you're in hospital bed, whether you're couch potato, whether you are stressed, whether you're just anxious and depressed, try go to breathing. But remember, breath is simple but has to be practiced with mindfulness. Don't abuse it, meaning don't play too much with coffee or oxygen breathing, whiskey breathing, because they can make you sick, either over anxiety, or they can make you even depressed. So use them mindfully to have another beautiful, free tool of Mother Nature that can optimize your health, and it only requires you to have the will, the commitment, and showing up even when you don't want to do it. Lastly, I want to demonstrate for you 2 stretches that are key in strengthening your breathing pattern. One stretch will be to help you open up your chest, and the other exercise will be to strengthen your gut function, your diaphragm. Here at the Human Garage, we believe in giving you small tips that are simple and amazing. Why? Because Mother Nature is the best doctor, and barefooting is the barefoot doctor's prescription. We say keep it between stretch, inhale, and relaxation, exhale. Remember, if you like this content, you like to join this family, subscribe, like, comment, give us your feedback so that we can keep preparing content that helps you stay healthy. This is the Barefoot Doctor.